Welcome everyone to this new guide. Today we are gonna be talking about ABs, in particular how you should play on this map, how you should defend and attack. I am Daniel, in-game name Leonard, and I've been top 150 Radiant and have played on a professional tier 2 level. Now let's jump right in. So, first of all, ABs. Let's do a quick introduction of the map. From the attack side, the map is really straightforward. You cannot really split on this map because of how deep the mid is. So splitting is really difficult in attack. That means that you basically most of the times either just go A or just go B. You can also play more map control and play mid to search for the first kills, search for an opening, and after that decide to either regroup B or regroup A and go together into a site. Also, what you might be doing is leaving one guy lurking from mid so that he can help you in the after plant. Usually it's better to do on B because it's easier. When doing it on A, he has to do a longer path, because if he does it here, then they will hear him because of the door, which is not always open, and here they will hear him jump. The defense is the same thing as the attack side. The most important areas are just protecting the sides. Mid is important, but just to hold from like these positions. You don't need to push it up as you will do maybe in other maps. You don't need to fight for it too heavy. You can just leave a guy to hold it to make sure there are no lurks and to see for information if anyone is fighting it. Now let's talk about the basic comp. The basic comp, guys, let's start from the smoker. The smoker that I would choose is either Omen or Astra. The reason behind is because of how big is the map. If you choose Clove or Brimstone and you play, for example, in defense on B or A, you are not gonna be able to smoke the other side in both cases, either with Brimstone or with Clove. That's the main reason why Omen and Astra are better on this map. Now the Sentinel. The Sentinel, guys, I will choose Cypher. The reason why I choose Cypher is because, again, the map is really big and we need his traps for the map control in attack side mainly, so that way he can leave a trap on B and play with you guys A without worrying about his trap deactivating. In fact, I would also play Chamber. Chamber is really good on his map because, again, the trap does not deactivate, and since it's really long range and open map for on B and mid, his operator really shines on this map. The ultimate or just him buying one. So he's really strong too. In ranked, I would probably choose him over Cypher just because I feel like it's more easy to use and you don't need much coordination or difficult plans to play with Chamber. Then as a duelist, guys, I will probably go either Jett or Neon. You can also go Wele. These three agents are all good on this map because those three duelists are the entry duelists. They are the duelists that have to take space. They have to shorten the distance between them and the enemies when attacking and searching for the first kill in the defense. So these three are one of the best. Either one of these is good. Now for the initiator revealer, guys, I will go Sova over Fade. The reason behind is because, again, how big and open is the map, and his drone and arrow really does help and make him shine on this map. Now the last agent is, guys, ideally an initiator, in this case a flasher as KO. His knife really denies the attackers entries in defense and does help when entering site as well by deactivating the sentinel traps placed inside. Yoru is the best choice instead of KO. The reason behind is of the flashes. You need the flashes to help you enter the site, and if you don't want to play KO because it might be too difficult or you don't know how to, Yoru is definitely a good option because he's really versatile and he has good flashes that he can use either for himself or for the teammates. Now let's start from a default round. The agent that I chose don't really matter that much. The idea is gonna be the same if you choose Wele or instead of Jett, or if you play Astra instead of Omen, right? It's the same thing. I just chose this agent as a base, okay? Now let's start from a default round, guys. The default round that I will do, guys, looks something like this. We definitely have, it can change a little bit and I'll explain the differences. So the first thing that will 100% stay the same is the Cypher. Cypher is gonna play on B every time with his trap right here and on A as well, just to make sure for the lurks, in case you do regroup B or A and you rotate late into the round, you have the traps so you know if someone is behind you or no in both cases. Cypher is gonna always stay on B because here his cages and his camera allows him to see better in the open scenario who is holding him if there is anyone, and to get deeper into the site afterwards with the cages and prepare for the after plant if he got the site for free by lurking. Now Omen also is gonna be standing on A here alone. The reason behind this is this. In a default round, guys, you wanna take information and you wanna try to not commit to anything in the first seconds, try to see what the enemies are doing, and then maybe try to find an open kill somewhere if the enemies do a mistake, and then you just regroup together and you go hit a site. The Omen doesn't have to die. This wise, he's just gonna be holding A and playing it more safe, holding to see if the enemies are pushing or no, right? And just making sure to get the information that his team might need to rotate. Now we got these three guys that are gonna play mid. They can, all three start here as well. It's not a big problem if they start here. Sova can just arrow right there, right? And you just focus and try to find a kill mid, maybe try to hold, see if somebody picks you. Or you can also start Sova with Cypher, not a big issue, and then drone mid from here, drone mid to get even more information who's holding mid, if there is anyone, get a little bit of space to make the defense maybe rotate from one of the sides, and then allow either Cypher or Omen to lurk in those two. Usually Cypher, again, because Omen is supposed to play more safely, but in case there is a scenario where he hears the enemy leave, he can also try to get a little bit deeper, but really carefully. So this is the main default round that we're gonna be doing here, guys. The main idea on ABs when you play slower and you play a default round is to gather information, try to search for a kill or a lurk anywhere, and then once you got that, you rotate, regroup, and go together into a side. Now let's talk about a mid take round, a round where you play heavy mid. A round when you play heavy mid, guys, what the main thing will change is that Omen comes to you. Now, what's the reason? Guys, when you think about a round, what you always have to have in mind is what is the final goal? Like, what am I trying to do with this round? And in this precise case, by playing 4 people mid, by playing heavy mid, the best scenario, the best thing that you can do, the easiest thing that you can do is after taking mid, end up hitting B from here, right? So you see, if you wanna end up hitting B, you don't really need no one holding A, right? You already know what's the idea. The idea is to take mid and then go B. You don't need the information if they're pushing A or not. You just need the trap here that can hold it, right? And the trap is already enough to give you information if you're getting lurk or not. So the only difference is that now you're gonna have 4 people here fighting for mid, and Cypher is gonna stay on B, playing slowly, waiting for you guys to get deeper or to get a kill, for him to then try to get an opener on the sentinel or a defender rotating to mid to help his teammate, right? And not being careful enough, or just holding him also, or maybe try to get an opener on a defender just holding him, but who is also concerned about mid, so he's not really focused on holding B main. This is the idea of the round. How do we proceed exactly? We proceed like this. We smoke here first of all, so that when Sova peeks, or when you guys are here fighting, you don't need to be looking at this angle, but just in front of you and a little bit on the left. So now the idea is this. Sova gets closer to the library and drones from here. You go out with Sova drone, Jet peeks from down here, KO can get here, KO also knives right here to get information if somebody is maybe close B-link or mid mainly. Omen goes with Jet. After the knife, KO as well gets down, follows the drone with Jet, and Omen stays up to cover this smoke right here and this if need. Now these guys too try to follow the drone, get deeper. After Sova is done droning, he helps them as well, right? Omen stays here to watch this angle for them and try to fight in case it's needed from up here. And you proceed by fighting like this. If you end up getting closer, KO can just flash for you close, you peek, right? Once you're here fighting, Omen smokes here, and then Omen from here, he can just rotate to B or follow you, depends what is happening, right? If Cypher needs help, for example, in the meantime Cypher tries to get closer to B. If Cypher needs help, Omen tries to rotate to Cypher to help him maybe. If not, he just goes with you guys, drops down and goes follow you. And when you guys are fighting here, that's the exact moment of Cypher trying to lurk and try to get the guy's side, not before, okay? He plays after you. It's really important. The reason Cypher plays after the guys on mid is because he needs the defenders to be concerned about the mid, so that they are not 100% worried about the B main area. Ideally here you end up planting and then just play the after plant inside. Once you get the space, just place the after plant side. The reason, guys, why from this mid the main idea is to end up B is because on A it's much more difficult. You have to destroy this door and this passage is really narrow, and here you are really close to the CT, and to get here you have to jump here, which doesn't make it better, or if you don't jump you have to go all the way up, right? So the best idea is just to go mid to B in case. Now let's talk about an A rush. When we go A, I usually don't like the lurks, because when you go A, lurking here again, the doors that can be heard, it's really difficult to destroy as well, or jump here, not ideal. Going by down here, it takes you too long, right? So when go A, I usually suggest to just go as 5 all together. What we're gonna do is, so I'm just gonna drone here, Jet is gonna pick with the drone, right? If you know someone is picking here. If not, you can also just get a little bit closer and drone from here. From this position, you drone side. After the drone, once you get closer, guys, Omen is gonna smoke right here, like this, 1, 2. Sova is gonna arrow backside right here, and KO is also gonna knife side to deny any defenders traps and to facilitate the Jet entry side, which is gonna dash in the default right here. After that, you just all follow him and go out together. I suggest, guys, to try to fight for backside. Once you get side, fight for backside together with the Jet and try to keep this area and stay in these positions. If the enemies, the defenders, have a lot of people still alive, because after the plant, by all going A main, it makes it really difficult for you if they have a smoker to do anything from here, and you might just end up getting spammed, right? Or they can just defuse. So just stay side if they still have their smoker alive, or if there's still many of them alive, stay side, not everyone obviously, and try to fight for from here, maybe together, for CT or this guy right here, before they end up side, right? Fight them before they end up side. You can also just try to push deeper with KO flashes, for example, to catch them off guard, right? Really, that's also a good play. Or here, I prefer the CT one because here there is a rope and the rope is not really comfortable to pick from. So I prefer the CT together, KO flashes, Jet picks, right? To catch them before the retake. Because on A, it's not that easy to hold the enemies retaking you. You have to stay side. Now let's go to the B push. So when it comes down to pushing B, guys, in this case precisely, I do suggest a lurker, because again, it's easier to lurk here, you're closer, you don't need to jump, and on B, you're gonna play the after plant in another way. On B main, but we're gonna talk about it soon. So how do I go B main? Here, I usually don't drone, I go closer. Once I get closer, insta drone with Sova, Jet waits for the drone, and then she picks. So Sova gets closer, he drones, then you pick, right? You follow the drone all together, guys. Here you can pick, right? You can pick like this, follow the drone. In the meantime, while your guys going here, as soon as he basically starts droning, Omen smokes here, like this, and here. You get closer, KO also knife side with the drone. Once your guys are here, Omen smokes, KO knife side, Jet goes in. I like to Jet dash right here, right? And the best idea in mind, guys, is to Jet dash and do it together with the KO flash through the Jet, smoke, and an Omen flash backside here. This will be perfect, guys. If you are able to do this, or if you are able to call for your initiator that you find in ranked to flash that, or even just this Omen flash, right? These are really good to take the space here. After the drone, Sova just follows in. If the drone gets destroyed earlier, he arrows right here for the Jet, right? And this is it. This is how you have to proceed. In the meantime, while you're trying to go that, he does not play early. He waits, he doesn't even have to pick. He just holds the space, obviously trapped A every time. He just holds the space, doesn't even have to pick this. Just stay here, hold this, wait until your teammates get side. Once they get side, you can start to play. Once they get side, you can start to play. Here the steps, they're probably gonna rotate from mid anyways, right? If you hear them rotating, you can either try to catch them, or you can either try to catch them, or after your teammates have planted, what you guys are gonna do, as I already anticipated before, you guys are gonna play offside. You're gonna plant right here, and you guys are gonna leave. Even if they have smoker, you're gonna leave and play off site. Maybe one guy actually should stay side as Jett, because she has not really good abilities for the afterplant, as Sova aftershocks, or KO nade above the bomb. Omen can one way to make it really difficult for the enemies to defuse, right? Jett stays side to delay and take time for the Cypher lurk. Cypher, after a plant, he starts lurking, right? It's not an early lurk, it's a late. You play late. A really good thing that you can do in attack, apart like playing as I said, so default, starting by default and then regrouping, or just hitting instantly, what you guys can do is do some fakes. On this map, fakes do work a lot. The only important thing about the fakes is how you structure it. What you have to do is this. If you wanna fake A, you need to have 3 people on A. You need to have Jett, you need to have KO, and you need to have Sova. Why those 3? First of all, Jett, because she's always the one who pushes the side that you guys are pushing. So when the enemies will see Jett, they're gonna think, okay, they're probably coming A first. Second, KO and Sova. These two, because of abilities. They are the ones that throw abilities when you guys end up pushing side, right? So by them being here and droning and arrowing and flashing and knifing and Jett smoking and maybe fake dashing or actually dashing to sacrifice for the fake, all this will exactly look for the defenders as a normal round when you guys push. The Omen doesn't have to be with you because, first of all, he can smoke from where he is. And the Cypher, he most of the times lurks, so he doesn't need to be with you either, right? And even when you push out, even if he is with you, he doesn't usually do much as just being there, right? And you also need 3 people to make it more believable, to make more steps as well. So this is what we're gonna do. When we fake A, you need these 3 people. They're gonna do the same thing. You run closer, you drone. Omen is gonna smoke only here to keep one smoke for himself in case he needs it on B in the afterplant, okay? Jett is gonna pick. Jett can either fake dash, so she can smoke here, activate dash and dash like into the wall and stay into the wall here and stay at the same place, right? KO will knife. And after the drone to will arrow, make it as believable as possible with this, right? This ability is how it should look like. In the meantime, on B, these guys shift up, right? When you do this, when you arrow basically and knife side, these guys have to start playing, trying to catch the rotation or get the side for free because these guys are already rotated. This is when they start to play, not when you start droning, right? But when you start actually executing side, okay? Now, if we wanna fake B instead of A, we are just gonna do the opposite. So we are gonna have the 3 guys here, right? These 2 are gonna stay here. We are gonna have Omen smoke this B tower, because when you go out, the B tower is what you see, but you're not actually gonna be going out probably, right? And the same is gonna happen. You're gonna get closer, you're gonna drone. These guys are not planning. As soon as you start droning, you drone, Jett peeks, right? KO follows. Then here, the same when you push out. Sova arrows there. KO knife side, flashes side for the Jett once she dashes into her smoke, right? If she does, or she just stays in space. If she sacrifices, you make it even more believable. She might also just get side and even get a kill, which makes it even more believable. After all this, these 2 guys can stay like for half a second to make even more space, like to make even more noise, and then they just instantly rotate. In the meantime, once these guys throw flashes, this arrow, these guys start to go. Right, they start to go and catch the guy. They don't start to go from here, right? They try to get closer to be ready. They get here and they are ready, just waiting for you guys to make enough noise or to hear somebody rotating. Enough noise, I mean Jett dash, I mean the knife KO, I mean the Sova arrow. That's when they start to get side. They cannot start to get side from here. It will take them too long. Now let's get into the defense side. In defense, guys, this is the default distribution that I suggest to do to everyone. We will have Cypher on B. Why the Cypher on B is because B is really open. His cages really help him to play around in the side. First. Second, his traps are really good when the Jett or Neon or Waylay push side. He can easily catch the entry duelists like that. And third, his camera on the opposite side really helps him out. He dominates this side efficiently and can play around here as he wants, right? He can do his cages like this, right? For example, or closer to him with some traps mid side here, with a trap even here maybe, right? To catch the guys and play like this with a camera, for example, above him just to get information. He gets one, he activates the cage, leaves sight if need. He can also place another cage in case maybe here, right? If you wanna place behind the box or here. Then Sova is gonna play B-Link. Why? First, his arrows, right? Long sight, both parts. He shines here thanks to his arrows. On A, he will be really restricted. You see how short this area is and how close it is. He will be really restricted. So B-Link is the best option. Also, first fast rotation for the B. He can shock dart easily. He can ult from both sides here, A or B, and he can also arrow right there once the enemies go out to help the Cypher and shoot himself from the smokes. Right, so best position for Sova is this. Also, can instantly arrow mid to get information as well. These three guys, however, are gonna play on A. Jett is gonna get a little bit closer to get some information maybe, right, to try to pick, try to get the fight. You can KO play with her. In case Playo does play with the Jett, then Omen should be tower. Always have someone tower. Omen also good position from tower because he can flash for the Jett from here. KO starts there as well because he can knife into this corner, which will deactivate the attacker's abilities and delay their attack, so you guys have more time to rotate, right, or prepare. I would guys honestly just do this as a distribution in defense. You can try to play Cypher A and Omen on B, but maybe with Jett. Jett is the only one that in my opinion can like really rotate on this map. I would keep the other agents as they are. Sova definitely has to stay here. Jett can rotate A to B to get the first kill. She can play mid sometimes to try to search for the open frag, right? Different rounds, change up her routine. But others, maybe you can change Cypher and Omen if that helps. But other than that, I really think that Cypher really is better on B instead of A. And Omen is actually better on A instead of B. When they go out, Omen can also flash in case he plays from backside here to stop them out, really good. He can also like TP tower from the side in case he needs to get back. He can like do a lot of stuff here compared to B where he can flash but it's not as good, right? Cypher is just better here. With this, we have finished this guide. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comment down below, I'll answer each one of them, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.